Let's go.
And we're live.
Deej, welcome back.
Our first repeat guest.
Our first one, the most requested.
Woohoo! Number one.
Mark flexes at the camera every fucking time. Look at him.
Does he?
This is the only time it actually worked with the Super Saiyan shirt.
For a podcast, doesn't really matter.
This is true, but we have
can't
a lot
see
more.
my flex through the podcast when
No.
you're listening to it.
No.
We have a lot of YouTube people.
I doubt that very much.
There it is. There's the shirt.
Yeah, this is the shirt I'm wearing today.
It's the only one here.
Oh my gosh, I can finally see you.
Yeah.
You
What
took
do
your
mean?
camo
Oh,
off.
yeah.
What an idiot.
Why are you so angry?
It's how we talk to each
I
other.
came
It means
here out of
love.
the goodness of my heart for you.
Thank you for stopping by,
That's
Deej.
what-
A lot has changed since episode 3.
Not really. I've listened to about the same amount of podcasts for you guys.
We peaked at episode
We have
3.
0 topic today to go over.
Yep.
Deej wants to talk about how bad the episodes have been. Go ahead, start. Just
Well,
open
it
with
all
this.
started back in.
We need Robin's help again. She was on a few weeks ago, and we need a relationship.
For the
Coach.
three of us, I
Yeah.
don't think that would go well.
I think
we
need
would
help.
I think we would end her business is what would happen.
She's like, I'm not a counselor.
She's like, you know what? Not worth it.
She's like,
Fuck it, corporate. Here I come.
Yeah. Gotta go back in.
she's like, I'm not a counselor by trade, but you guys need mental help.
Yeah, I could see that being something.
No, what did you say? The headquarters episode? You had something to say about that?
Basically, every time you guys record something and I listen to it, I am upset. Because there's got to be at least 1 or 2 things in every episode.
It's like the WWE. Dude.
It's
Someone's
like-
got to be the heel.
It's like, yeah, but your podcast is like that. Like, your podcast is
We're going
upsetting.
love it or hate it. Either way, it's good.
Yeah.
Teacher's on I hate it, but he's.
But you're still listening.
He is. Thank
Yeah,
you for being
because
a subscriber.
I feel like you guys need to redact some of the things that you've said. So I don't know how many listeners you need to reach out to. Whether there's like an email chain you need to send out
Some sorry cards.
to let people know, like, oh, hey, by the way, when we said da 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 da, like.
What happened in the headquarter one? What was going on?
What came across to me was that neither of you, we were trying to talk about it, and neither of you had done any research into.
We watched that video.
You
What
think
video?
with
By who?
The actual CrossFit owner that
he doesn't agree. He doesn't even.
Greg Glassman,
Yeah.
You know the dude that made CrossFit.
Yeah,
the guy
the
that
owner. Yeah,
the guy
no,
that
that's great.
invented CrossFit. I
Right.
watched the video of him getting interviewed on a couch,
Yeah.
and I'm very
By-
certified after that to have an opinion about it.
15-minute video. You know what's been going on.
We
for the
didn't.
last
We
7
didn't even
months.
make it to the end of the 15-minute video.
Yeah, you're like,
Podcast topic. Here we
got
go.
it. Yeah.
Mark already owns a CrossFit gym, and he's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's where I'm doing with my
I mean,
gym.
you are right that they're not reaching out to us, and us as in gym owners. You know, me too. And like saying anything like this is where we're heading, this
Same
is where the business
team.
is going, or anything. But I mean, a lot of the information has been figured out as it's been going on.
Well, what's funny is we posted that episode, and
Mm-hmm.
then I had a patient come in from another gym, and I was like, hey, you should listen to it because they just removed their social media pages.
Right.
And then he messaged me later, was like, here's the article that says, like,
The
it was
reason
like
why.
glitches or something. Like,
No, not glitches.
No? Really?
No, they
Oh.
removed it due to they have issues with the privacy and stuff with
yeah.
Facebook and Instagram. So they're like, we're out.
right.
So
Are they still out right
Yeah,
now?
they're still out. At least as far as I know, they're still out.
So Mark and I were like, yeah, we're ahead of the conspiracy theories here.
See, we're ahead of the news.
But you're not because by the time I couldn't.
Can we do FixFitness Guys t-shirts that say fake news?
Fake.
Yeah, because that's all FixFit is. It's just fake news.
Wow.
Wow.
Ooh.
Jeez, after name dropping you, what did you just PR?
265.
Snatch. We talked good about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Which episode?
You snatch Ian's body weight?
Application. Whoa.
I said
dude.
65.
Oh. Your goal of 300.
Yeah, my goal is 300. Yeah, I'm gonna get there.
He's already breathing heavy.
It's so
No.
rude.
I thought I'm bulking.
Yeah, no, I was not worried about the chair making noise as much as it was your breathing. That was
my
the
God.
It was
The roast. It's
What's
turning
the
into a roast.
apparel company? Kind of fat, kind of fit.
kind of fit, kind of fat. Something
Yeah,
like
something
it was one of
like
those two. Yeah,
Maybe
they had
I
a
rock
shirt.
that.
So they were the strong person competition. I went. We were
Oh,
at
that's
I was
where
at
they
the
were.
fair,
Oh yeah, Strongman was going on.
and they had a strongman thing going on. And so they had like a couple of booths or whatever, and one of them that I saw was kind of fit, kind of fat, and I walk over, and the shirt they had said making gains on both ends or something like that, kind of fit, kind of fat. And I'm like, wow, I know several people who could.
I
went to the fair and I was looking for it, but then I come to find out it was at the event only.
Yeah, it was.
Like, damn.
It was on the other side of the thing.
Did you watch any strongman stuff?
Yeah, we watched them. I watched them do some keg press stuff.
Did you have to buy a ticket to go to that?
No, it was free.
On the same weekend as
I tried to enter it, see if
you can't do it. You have no pecs.
No,
you can't press.
No, I was like, are we gonna snatch?
I can snatch that.
I could probably handstand better than all you guys. No, okay. You're gonna just deadlift 9,000 pounds. I'm out.
You had to pick 9,000.
I mean, it
like,
doesn't.
Put on
Okay, you're gonna deadlift 400 pounds.
Yeah, 400 more likely.
What's your PR right now, Ian, on the deadlift? Have you made improvements? Because we make fun of it quite often. And
my deadlift PRs?
Mm-hmm.
You make fun
Can I just say before we go any further that you owe so many calories on the bike?
For what?
From the last episode that I was on here, that you are hiding.
Fake news.
We never hid. We just literally never got that final tally.
You know what it is? You just never show up to the gym. I think is the problem.
That's not true. I've been doing jacked by July.
Have you?
I mean, I'm not jacked by July, but you know.
You're gonna be.
Did you do it at home?
You're gonna be the
Can
model
we get
for that.
This place called
Marie?
FixFitness. So
Gotcha.
there's cables and dumbbells.
Gotcha.
All right.
Get those cable flies.
No cable flies for me. Well, all right. We have a competition coming up. Let's talk about that. My deadlift PR is 405.
Ever?
He recently
at the
got
CrossFit
it.
Total
okay.
day.
In class.
I don't think I'm gonna make like what's the next 415, I guess, or 425.
Well, after 405, you could go 406.
No, not like that. I don't like those. I don't like those little like.
I mean,
those little.
I would say
things?
425 would be next.
I think 425 would be my next goal because I saw you guys hitting that, and I was like, maybe I should put that on at the Jack by July. We get 3 attempts or what?
You have 20 minutes
to do what?
To get
to
there.
each lift. So we'll start, and it'll be 20 minutes.
All 5 or 3?
All 5. Well, no. So you'll have 20 minutes to snatch, and then you'll have 20 minutes to clean and jerk.
Take as many attempts as you want over
that 20 minutes.
Within the 20 minutes.
We're gonna go every 30 seconds the entire time, and just 40
just
reps.
wreck everybody.
40 reps of each.
We've hurt people, like we as in Bob and I have hurt people that try to jump into deadlift with us.
Oh.
Because like we do 90-pound jumps, so we go 135, then we deadlift because we don't have time to warm up in class. Then we go 225 and then 315 and then.
That's why CrossFit Total. I was like, I am a little worried. CrossFit Total
shit.
was done in 20 minutes, wasn't it?
It was.
And then now
we
if you
have
give me
4 minutes.
Yeah, you had 4 minutes to hit, and you only got 3 attempts, so you have multiple attempts this time. But
jeez, I don't know how I'm gonna map it out, honestly. But yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna wait 10 minutes in and then start, because
I think I'd do better like not thinking and just going.
Yeah.
Than like, oh, I got 20 minutes to just try to hit one number.
Yeah.
That's too much time for me. Mark, I had to go. He was like, "Oh, go, hurry up."
I'm thinking about trying to see if anybody wants to before it try the 333 again, which is a 3K row, 300 double unders, and a 3-mile run.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
So we're doing
like
we're doing the lift at 9.
It's a serious question.
And then like I don't know, we can meet at 8 and do all that, and then have like 15 minutes of rest and start lifting.
Do you think you're a games athlete? Like, what is going on?
I mean, I want to so bad, but I'm missing so much juice.
Are you gonna do all 5 lifts?
Oh, juice.
Huh?
Are you gonna do all 5 lifts?
I'm gonna snatch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably clean and jerk, and
skip all the other ones that are.
No, I'll do the press, but the deadlift always.
What do you think I should do? Should I just do deadlift only?
You should start with deadlift.
I think you should deadlift what I snatch.
What? What does that even mean?
I think you should try to deadlift what I snatch when we're lifting together.
What do you mean try? Are you gonna?
That's his warm-up,
snatch
dude.
500 pounds?
Yeah. Are you gonna deadlift 500 pounds?
Probably not that day.
No, you're gonna stay fat forever.
But I think you should definitely.
I was gonna divert that right to you.
No need to. You gotta take that and settle it.
I'll take that one for the team.
You should start with 500, or I mean, deadlifting first.
First rep.
Yeah, first rep 500.
I'm not taking any more
Aren't you
advice
supposed
from
to
you.
do, like, are you supposed to do your second lift should be like your PR attempt?
Well, we did the CrossFit Total with the 4-minute time frame with the 1 minute rest, and then we did back squat and press, and I still hit 455. So I don't know.
In the second one or the third one?
Third attempt.
Right.
I don't want to be that rush for sure, but I don't know what a good.
But you also don't want to space it out too much.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't want to.
You don't want 20 minutes to.
Yeah, an hour.
Yeah.
Because what an ideal comp, in my opinion, like the most fun lifting comp should be like regulated or like a competition should be snatch and deadlift. I think. It's like the best of the both worlds. Like snatch is the more technical, the fun one. Takes more time to practice that skill, and deadlift is just absolute strength. And there's no like, oh, you didn't squat low enough, and bench is kind of, it's whatever. It's all the arching and shit. So if there's a snatch and a deadlift comp, I think it's the best of both worlds.
I think that's what we did last year, right? Is that what we...
I don't know if you guys had snatch and clean and jerk.
It was press and deadlift.
Yes.
It was 2 lifts, but it was press and deadlift last time.
I think you guys did 3 lifts. You need to do back squat.
No, it was
just 2?
Yeah, just the 2.
Shit.
We wanted to change the game because no one has a press deadlift comp. So
yeah,
it's the least technical of both. It's like raw strength with the press as well, right? So
but it runs out. Like pressing is just not fun.
It's fun for me. I love it.
Aren't you trying to press 185 or something like that?
See, he listens. Good. Yeah, I am. Left lat failed last time, so I'm working on it. I think I'm gonna get it easy. I might go 195 next time.
He says the left lat, but it's fitness that failed him.
Yeah, well,
it's a strict press. There's no fitness there. It's raw
There
strength.
isn't any fitness there.
There is no fitness.
Use
there.
the power belly. Use the power belly. That's
that
what
what
Mark's.
that is?
That's what Mark's trying to develop. And he's
Yeah.
not following my diet advice.
Andrew hates it.
I bet we have very similar diet advice.
I'm
I don't know what this guy's having so many issues with.
when you grow up, can you write that protocol down for nutrition? I want to gain that fast.
Yeah, it's easy.
I've been trying.
Gain 5 pounds a day for a week. I got you.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem with that.
I'm developing my power belly, but you can still see some abs.
Oh, that's why Andrew's upset?
Yeah.
What? I thought she wanted you to gain weight.
She does, but she's also bulking.
Now you're too fat.
Unintentionally.
Okay.
What?
Easy. Oh, she doesn't listen, so you're fine.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
She definitely doesn't listen.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So I can say whatever the hell I want until someone at the gym tells her that. Did you hear?
Yeah.
Did you at minute 5?
Lori, like, oh, did you hear? Next time they all go hang out. What's up, guys?
He brought his one Zevia. Here
Just
we
for
go.
me.
Thanks for bringing a 6-pack for all of us.
No, I don't like you guys. That's why I didn't do it.
How's Jack by July going for you guys with like members? Because I know you guys did like 2 videos back to back of like, hey, message us for like people reaching out nutrition wise, or are they reaching out lifting
We
wise?
are integrating it into the classes, so it's going to be part of our program.
Mm-hmm.
We have a hard time continuing like nutrition challenges because we have such a wide range of
Goals?
Yeah.
And where people are at in terms of how long they've been with us and how many different types of nutrition things they've done with us before.
There's not an objective number for them to reach on this one.
Right. But it's like setting the dietary goal of like you can, with this, everyone is eating keto.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it's like, okay, well, some people have done it and it didn't work, so they, okay, well, then instead of everyone doing that, then this group can do keto and this group can do this.
This one was like, hey, everyone, just do whatever.
Just on like the self management kind of thing,
right?
And that is where we run into a lot of the issues, because we we try to put it on other people to be able to do that, and then we just assume that it's going well because no one ever reaches out to us,
right?
But
do you guys get more on the strength side, like with the
people that are doing it? And you could talk about the people in the AM because I don't see them that much. Are they doing it?
Doing the nutrition side of it, I have no idea.
No, the Jack by July.
But the Jack by July stuff, we have started integrating into the regular class because people want to, and they'll do it when I tell them to. But if it's not,
or if there's enough time in class,
right?
So that's the hard part: is extra programming, whether it's powerlifting program, Olympic weightlifting.
Yeah. For
the masses, for them to do it, and even ourselves, right? Because we have that hour we allocate to go in the gym.
Yeah.
You have to program it in the class, or else it's just very low percentage
take
of
the time
success.
to do that end of it.
Yeah.
Right. People
Yeah, like the other day we stayed way past 8 doing it with a group of people.
To 7 p.m. I try to integrate it, like just get to it, and that's where it's easier when it's 7 p.m. because that's the last. Like, there's no other class you have to
coming
run.
in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm trying to run, 6 a.m. through it, and I have 7 a.m. already there waiting to go, and it's like, I have to have you guys doing this, but I also need to start you guys doing this. Okay, you guys hang out here. Let me get these guys started. I'll come back to you. Okay, now we're switching.
And those people are gone already, because if you're not watching them, they just jet.
How many people are like,
they scatter.
see ya, work. I gotta go to work. I gotta go home. Yeah.
Well, what's interesting about the experience so far is the pump you get from bodybuilding, traditional bodybuilding like exercises. That's been kind of not outlawed, but frowned upon in the CrossFit world, like doing just bicep curls, right? Or isolating muscles. And what I found, because the Jack by July, they look like bodybuilding exercises, right?
Yeah.
It's like pec curls.
Did you hear that?
You're only going to hear it once because this asshole only drinks one Zevia.
Yeah, I'll crack mine later, I guess, when I get home.
I'm surprised you guys aren't sponsored yet. Actually, I'm not. Your guys' podcast is terrible. But
I'm trying to get sponsored by LaCroix, Zevia, Starbucks.
Do you like that bullshit?
LaCroix? No.
Yeah.
That's about the same.
Not even
It's just
close.
sparkling water, though, isn't it?
Yeah, LaCroix.
What makes it a soda versus a sparkling water in that?
It tastes like
Just sugar.
soda.
The Zevia.
The
Or the sweetener, I guess.
Stevia.
Yeah. Makes it a
Stevia
soda.
leaf. You can. The stevia leaf is in there. You can see it.
Sorry, Mark, we cut you off.
No,
Go
that's
back to
fine.
your great point.
Nope. I'm not here for great points anymore.
Where's our whiskey?
Fuck you guys. I'm going to keep my knowledge to myself.
Oh,
No.
Mark.
Well, Deej, Mark was, if you listened to the episode, was giving you credit for doing Jack by July for your snatch. Or just FixFit movements in general.
Yeah. Well, and also since then I have PR'd the clean and jerk.
That's right.
Are
Recently.
you getting more comfortable with, the point I was getting at, are you getting more comfortable with training to muscle failure versus conditioning failure?
Like on the FixFit stuff?
Yeah, because
On the pump
that's what's CrossFit's missing. Because it's supposed to be, CrossFit's like you take the best of all worlds, like a little bit of gymnastics, a little bit of this, and what's missing, in my opinion, is the bodybuilding part. Because we're not trying to do a bodybuilding show, but if you have no pecs or lats, you have to build it, right? So we still need to take some element of bodybuilding. And I think most people, I know for a fact that CrossFit is you're limited when you're training by conditioning, right? Because you're breathing heavy and you can't breathe anymore, therefore you stop. So 99% of the workouts you're going to get conditioning failure. You get to that point, like that 1% of the workouts you might get like you do Tabata squats or something, which we never do anymore, but then your quads are going into failure.
Right.
So that's the problem. So my question to you is that, are you training till that, like, I'm starting to enjoy that. Training now, the intent, so to bring it back, right, like on Saturday we're doing a FixFit class and it's kind of adjusted to me training to lift heavy.
Okay.
So everyone's been progressively loading as well. So every Saturday we keep increasing the load of lifting because they're on the same journey I am. And then like 3 or 4 people were deadlifting heavy, and then like their back was tweaked and their hamstring was tweaked. And then I thought about it, and I had a talk with Bob, and he was saying that like, you know, they're trying to follow along with what you're doing, but they're not doing the homework to allow them to lift that heavy.
Right.
So CrossFitters will come in at any time. So we all go lift heavy with whoever shows up. They're gonna want to try to PR.
Mm-hmm.
But there should be a different intent of training. It's like, where did we go wrong that you have to hit a PR or get close to it to feel satisfied with that workout?
Right.
So now I'm realizing what I've enjoyed training again is getting to that pump failure type of stimulus, and that feels good. Just as good as like, oh my gosh, I hit a PR on my bench. But if I get like a glute pump from harness crawling with the sled till like failure, that feels just as good as like hitting Fran and you're laying down high-fiving your buddies, I can't breathe, you know? So have you ever like, what do you feel about that type of training? Because it's new to you.
It is new to me. However, I'm still doing more CrossFit to get to chase that pump, right? So like I'm still like I'm snatching heavy and doing handstands and like trying to run interference and stuff like that. The thing that I feel when I'm doing the FixFit and like what I'm focusing on is trying to get those muscles where it's like I know that my left lat is terrible. Like it's very hard for me to get it to fire, and I can grab a band and arch and row, and it's like my right immediately, my left got to take forever. And so when I'm doing these drills and stuff, like all the FixFit program, I'm just focusing, and when I'm focusing on the sides, the things that I know I need to work on, and when I can feel them start going and start getting that pump, it's like, okay, like this stuff is working. And then
but you don't enjoy that?
But it's not, I mean, it's not like I'm like, yeah, today was a great day because I got my, like, it just is something else that it's just on top of everything else. Because, like, my main focus right now, although it doesn't seem like it, is that I am getting ready to run the last half marathon for the Triple Crown. So, like, I'm getting back into running right now, so I'm backing off on the amount of lifting I'm doing, but I still really enjoy just being able to go and back squat 400 pounds, being able to snatch, 235, whatever. Like,
that's where
having that be like, okay, today was a good day.
But that's the same mindset I'm talking about. Is
absolutely
like everyone wants to justify like it's a good workout if you hit these numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found through this Jack by July, because I haven't integrated this type of training, but if I come into the gym and I know I'm not going to hit a deadlift PR or like a bench PR, but if I can get my pecs to pump, with this FixFit Jack stuff, with those band tricep pull downs or whatever, that to me like feels like I accomplished something.
Yeah. Well, but I also see it on those movements.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go for a run and I can feel my left hamstring turn on my right glute while I'm running, like if I'm running and I'm like, I can feel myself like hunched forward, whatever. I'm like, stand upright, think like you're pushing the sled, and I can use what we've been doing, and I feel it on the run, then it's like, that's a great run. Whether or not it's, in the time, like I'll still push myself and get it under the time, so that way it's a great run, whatever.
So it's still time-based.
Right, because it's still time-based, it's still weight, the same thing with snatching, right? Like it's still weight-based, like I still feel like I still need to be hitting X number as my minimum.
Yeah.
But I am more aware of now when I'm snatching, like, oh, hey, that's the middle of my back that I feel stabilizing at the bottom of this lift. I don't feel my traps when I'm doing a bunch of hang snatches because I'm not shrugging up every time anymore. I'm trying to...
That's what I was going to ask you. Now that you have 265 over your head, do you feel mid-trap more now?
I mean, I felt it...
You have to.
On the way up, yeah.
Yeah. You pretty much have to be able to get that up.
That's going to be a slower transition, but I think that is the goal for... As DJ, the programmer of the gym, and what we're trying to do with integrating FixFit. The workouts you guys, the CrossFit Sun members, the workouts you love, I programmed it. The ones you hate, DJ. That's just that's the general rule of thumb.
It's very accurate.
So Patty, we did the press comp, right, in our last little fun throwdown, and you do one strict press every 5 seconds, and she beat everyone, 11 people, and then she's like, I finally feel my mid traps on. That is the win of the day, and
right.
That's what I want people to start to chase, that
right.
pump in the right muscle.
Right.
And I don't think that's the right mindset. I mean, that's not the mindset that CrossFitters have. They just chase the win.
Well, it's the sweat, right? Like, just because I push a sled once and feel my glute, I didn't really sweat. It's not really a workout, so I need to do something when I get home.
And isn't that the problem with the runners? Like all you're doing, or the elliptical people, it's like, oh, you're only doing conditioning or cardio, right? You're doing cardio only to get strong. But now to some degree, CrossFit's become that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a cop-out.
Well, but it's also under that cardio stress, what can you still do? Because that's the way that I am like constantly testing myself. So it'll be like, sprint on the bike as hard as you can, and can I still hit 80% on my snatch? Cool, let's go up and do it again. Yeah. And I'll bike as hard as I can again, and okay, can I hit 85% now? Cool. Can I PR like the time that I PR'd the snatch? We were doing every 90 seconds an EMOM for like 30 minutes or something, and maybe it was less than that. Maybe it was like 21 minutes, but that's still 14. It was 14 rounds, and it was we were doing, I think, 9 toes to bar or 7 toes to bar or something like that. So it would end up being like 100 or 150 toes to bar. And then hitting one snatch. Okay, do it again. Toes to bar, and okay, can I snatch? And I kept going up, and then I ended up PRing that day.
Well, that's like, then you feel that was a successful day.
Right.
But that's where I'm getting at.
But
It's
that's-
like if you would have had good training and your shoulders didn't hurt, your traps weren't blowing up, you felt like your pec and teres pumped from all the toes to the bar and your mid trap from the snatch, that should be a good day.
Right.
But if, let's say you didn't PR that day,
Right.
how would you feel?
I mean, it would just be another day.
Yeah, right. You fucking mental case. You'd be so heartbroken.
I don't know what you guys
No,
are
because
talking
I had
about.
no, I didn't go
I
in with
was
the intent.
I was thinking that the whole time where we're talking too much fitness. And
This is
then
way- yeah.
Ian
over
has
my-
nothing to say.
over my head right now.
Bummer.
I'm a power lifter, so
Are you?
I'm only doing
Just because you wear a shirt that says power.
white power, dude.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I wear this.
Okay.
It's a white power shirt,
I mean, I guess,
technically, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So sometimes I've been wearing it,
So
and
if
like
you
if
wear
I get
that-
a look, I'm like,
and it's
I'm starting
the
to get
American
self-conscious about it.
flag. So you're
and it's American flag. It is
Ian's wearing a shirt that says power in the front, and it's designed with the American flag. That can throw. I didn't even think
and then
about that.
because one day I was like, I got a look, and I was like, what am I
Were you
wearing?
in Santee when you did it?
That's where I was like, white power.
Mm-mm.
It all clicked, and I'm like, I'm a little self-conscious about wearing it in public
Put
now.
this jacket back on.
Yeah.
It's 100 degrees
It's
outside.
100 degrees, but gotta do it.
But I wear the shirt because I'm a power lifter, guys. So
Are
strict
you?
press, deadlift, back squat,
What's your deadlift?
405. I just said.
You can't say you're a power
425.
lifter if you never went below parallel on the squat.
Those aren't the rules.
That's a high five.
Those are earned,
What
not
you just
given.
heard. Yeah.
My hips don't go that low.
Yeah, that's the FixFit squat. It's not a powerlifting squat.
I'm a fix fitter.
There you go.
There we go.
And now we're making up terms.
Just so I could fit
You're
in.
like, because I can't work out and I can't power lift,
Yes.
I can't really CrossFit. I'm a fix fitter.
Definitely don't want a CrossFit though.
But you know, it's weird because I haven't seen you in any of those Sunday photos.
I'm always busy on Sunday.
I know.
It's my one day off.
Busy not working. That's your one day off? Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Saturday I work. Monday I'm here working.
No, you're not.
This has been a lot of work.
You
today.
work like 3 hours a day. And you take a 2-hour lunch.
6 hours a day.
6!
6.
He's at the country club. Those doctors.
Golf course, you count that, you know?
No, you don't.
Definitely count it. It's marketing. It's a write-off.
No, it's not.
Most of it's a write-off. This is a write-off right
There
now.
you go.
This headphones, this computer, everything's a write-off. It's all business related.
I was wondering how come he's never shown up to a Sunday FixFit class.
Yeah, he's the premier FixFit athlete.
He's the only one that
Yeah.
actually calls himself a FixFit athlete.
I live far. 3 p.m. is not an ideal time.
I agree with that.
Jana comes Jana is your neighbor. She
Oh,
comes every
Oh,
Sunday.
She's hearing this. She's gonna message me.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Oh, it's
I
too
pick you up on
far?
the way.
There you go. You
There
get
you go.
you get free lift.
Same
as
thing
well.
with Fridays too. Like I go home at like 1 or 2. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
You used to
And
come
you have
driving back up.
you could come to my house and work out on Fridays like you were supposed to for like the
but then
last
that's
year.
an even further drive south. I gotta move back up. Don't worry, I'm working on it. Gotta move closer.
That's a good topic that you brought up, like the garage
Moving?
workout.
Oh.
Oh, you want to discuss my move?
Has he been to your garage to work out? Because he came in late in the CrossFit scene where he's
No.
gotten all the.
No, he is not.
You miss all the traditional kind of vibes of what CrossFit was really designed for,
I don't think I'm missing anything. I think
I
I'm
don't
good.
think, yeah.
and he didn't go to the event.
Mm-mm.
So
He
I was
doesn't do-
working. I work Saturday 8 to 1, and the event was at 8:30.
sure.
It was at 9.
Okay.
I doubt you had anybody here.
I had no CrossFit Sun people here. That's
Yeah.
good.
Because
That's a good
everyone
thing.
was busy getting their fitness on.
They were.
Giving them a reason to come to visit you.
Exactly. I'll be at Jack by July. It's a Thursday. I'm closed. I'm waking up early, and I'm going to come lift.
Isn't it at 9? How are you waking up early?
This is my day off. I might have to wake up at like 7 that day.
It's everybody's day off.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
It's not
a
Freedom's
holiday.
Day off.
You're
I'm gonna wear this
Yeah,
fucking
a
shirt.
white power
White.
shirt.
Don't do
I'm
that.
gonna do a white power shirt the whole time. Oh man, I gotta stop saying that.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's going to get flagged this episode. Even air.
We
Forget
can't upload
Smelly
it.
Bell. Thank you for this shirt.
We can't air
Shit.
this.
Yeah. But I don't know. I really want to hit 185. I can't believe I can't hit that as a strict press. So that's my only really big goal, and to show up.
The time I hit 155 on the CrossFit total, and then the success story was I felt my pec turn on during
And
the
last
fight.
time we did it, right?
Yeah, because you know when a strict press, you always get to the halfway point and there's a fight. It's like
Yep.
right above the eyes, and if you make it or not, that's where it's
Deej
at.
wouldn't know. He has no pecs.
Actually, go ahead, finish.
And then I felt both pecs turn on to finish the lift. That was kind of cool. First time I ever felt my pecs on a press. That was it right there.
Deej still doesn't know what that feels like.
Handstand push-ups, I feel my pecs.
There we go.
Do you really though?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Strict.
good.
More. I feel it more when I'm doing strict handstand push-ups than when I'm kipping. But I will finish doing handstand push-ups and we'll be getting the pec pump. Pec pump.
What do you feel when you do handstand push-ups, Ian?
Don't go inverted. Sorry, guys. My body just doesn't go that way.
Doesn't go upside down.
Does not. Refuses. It's called this thing called fucking gravity, and I'm not supposed to go that way.
Ian's got the most fitness limitations and rules.
I don't
do that.
I always ask, this is my limiting thing. I go up to Bob or like Harry, I'm like, are you gonna do these handstand push-ups? Fuck no, I'm gonna grab the log. I'm like, I'm with you guys.
Bob can do handstands.
Yeah.
And handstand
I think
push-ups.
Bob could
Bob's
do it.
like secretly really fit, but he doesn't want
He
anybody
does butterfly
to know.
pull-ups. He does.
But he doesn't want anyone to know.
It's
Yeah.
really strange.
Yeah.
He hides it from me too, because I'll be like, hey, what are you gonna do for this? And he'll be like, he'll modify it to something.
He doesn't want to be kicked out of the big kids club. Like,
Yeah.
oh wait, you're doing butterfly pull-ups?
Yeah.
It's only me and Harry that are like, no, dude, no, we don't need to go upside
I
down.
outlifted Harry. I'm gonna.
On the deadlift.
Whoa.
Oh gosh, he was not happy.
Ooh.
If you're listening, Harry, fuck you.
I'm sure you know how to say it in Korean so you'd understand because you're married to Andrea.
So that was
There's too much
that's a win.
racism on this episode.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I thought you were going another route with that. He's Chinese.
Yeah, he is, but he's married to Andrea. And she definitely swears at him. I guarantee she said fuck you today to him.
In Korean?
I mean, I would have guessed.
That's how we wake. That's how we wake up. Fuck you. You take the baby.
Yeah. I don't know. She can be hard to understand sometimes. You know?
I don't listen. I
Smart.
just kind of beat to my own drum.
Smart
Will tell
man.
I'm not even listening anymore. I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
We were supposed to pick a topic.
You think 25 minutes in is the time to start that?
Well, Jack by July seems to be going well for everybody, so.
Fucking idiot.
I think Jack by July. I think I'm gonna stop doing it.
Yeah, what's gonna happen after?
Like programming it?
I think I'm gonna stop doing Jack by July publicly, right?
Okay.
Because I've been posting the workouts on.
Just as I started getting people to jump on the bandwagon.
Well,
You gotta
because
apply for the platinum membership
Yeah.
and get the.
yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta
Fix it.
sign up for
I'm
it.
like, mid traps, man. Check this guy out. And he's like, no, you gotta pay.
That's a good idea. Shit, I didn't think about
So
that.
he was telling me this morning that, like, for his FixFit Jiu-Jitsu, like, he's like on Sundays, he's
Yeah.
like it could deter like a baseball player from wanting to go.
Well, I don't go because it says jujitsu.
You're like me. It's like your 7th day in a row going to CrossFit Sun. Would it not be?
Stop.
It would be.
You are not like me.
No.
Don't you ever?
Would you drive down?
Don't you ever?
Would you drive down?
Don't you, absolutely.
For what? If it was
To
FixFit
work out?
for CrossFitters, you would go.
If Mark was just, even if Mark was like, hey, do you want to work out together? I would drive down and
You guys
work out.
are the same person. Same
First
hair.
of all,
same hair.
You are not.
Don't say same.
How dare you?
Well, that was the other.
That's over the line.
That's the topic.
Gasoline.
That's the topic.
Okay.
The Pee Wee Herman haircut.
7 days in a row is what you're saying that you work out at CrossFit Sun? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Going to work 7 days in a row.
God, you just infuriate me. I'm in my car now. I can.
He's gonna listen to
Future
this.
DJ, when you're listening to this, this is the reason why you were upset.
Well, hopefully your pecs are on while you're driving.
Doubt
That's
it.
all I really care
No,
about.
when you guys say stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, thanks. And then you're like, oh, and I work out 8 times a week. And I'm like, no, you don't. You're a liar.
Just because I don't post all my scores, like that's what Deej goes by. Where are you at on the leaderboard,
ultimate-
bro?
You're like, oh, I didn't show up today. I was sick. We did that Thursday workout.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. Okay. So between the two of you, you are like, oh, I like posted in the morning on Instagram, like people laying on the ground, and Ian messaged me right away. He's like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's gonna hurt. And I'll be like, oh, don't worry. I'm sure the PM will be something different, right? And then I
Wow.
message him later in the day, and I'm like, hey, how'd it go? And he's like, oh, I didn't do it. I'm like, cool. Do me a favor. Don't message me if you're not gonna show up. Don't waste my time, my valuable time,
Notice Deej
answering.
won't even quantify what I said as an excuse. Like I've said why I didn't go, but he won't even it didn't even cross his mind.
No.
He was just like, excuse out. I'm not even gonna call an excuse. Ian just didn't show up.
He
Period.
said I can't do it, so I can't. He said I didn't
no
want
reason.
to breathe heavy. Is what he
Yeah,
said.
see, that's all he hears when or reads. Like, there's no score posted. I didn't go.
Yeah. And I have to check in. I do the same thing with Brett. I don't see a score from Brett, and I'm like, hey, how'd the workout go today?
Yeah, but Brett cares.
I know. Big difference.
There's a big difference
There's
there.
a big difference
I
there.
had a very long week last week, but
Excuses.
see,
There it is.
there it is. That's all he hears.
Yeah. But you couldn't have come in on Sunday because it would have been your 7th day in a row working out at CrossFit.
No, 7th day driving up.
Oh, so driving is the problem.
Ooh, it's a rough life.
You're the one saying you want a day off today.
Ooh, that driving.
I was like, come live with me and Bob. You're all, I need a day off today. I haven't had one in a while.
It's true. He worked out Saturday, which he usually doesn't do.
I work out every day. I
No,
do 10
you
days
don't.
on. I do.
No, you.
For the 500-pound deadlift, I've been working out about 10 days in a row and 1 day off.
So you really don't come to do the jiu-jitsu one?
I do not because it says jujitsu.
Do you see everyone in there? Do they look like all blue belts and purple belts there?
I don't know what that means.
The people that are going there. Does Marchand look like he goes to jiu-jitsu?
I don't know.
He does not.
When I give him a high five, when I
goes
give
to
him
workouts.
nuts, he hits me pretty hard.
He
He
does have a
is
pretty crazy
known
grip.
for very solid knucks.
Yeah.
You have to kind of pull back a little because he'll fuck your knuckles up.
Yeah, I'm never ready for it.
Anyway, I think that's a good
I
idea.
have a question.
Yeah.
Because this is where the idea came from this morning. I think that there needs to be two different FixFit approaches. One is FixFit for performance. So what that means is anyone that's training for something, like you're training for CrossFit. Some people are training for jiu-jitsu, soccer. It doesn't matter, but everyone's needs to have that class because that class is a push. We're going heavy on like sleds and carries, and we're going till failure. A person that's like just trying to help with their knee pain or shoulder pain doesn't necessarily need or want that, or it's even safe to get there. So it should be like FixFit for performance class and then FixFit for health.
Isn't that kind of what the PM classes are already?
You don't know what goes on in the
top.
PM.
No, those are my people, man.
Up
Topping for my people.
You're alone.
I'm all alone. I'm not even a
No,
assistant.
him.
Oh.
DJ.
Damn, Mark's really kicking me out, dude. He's like, you're not even a 7 p.m.er. Get the hell out of here.
It's
the thing that...
you know how many videos I've done recently of AM people
0.
asking for...
Oh, for help?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not there to film. I don't know what the hell you're
No.
talking about. Them sending you stuff?
Yeah, you're...
Did you like TK's videos? Like he sent you one where it was like the thumb was over the video or something, and then he sent you some weird angle on the second one.
Your AM people don't even know how to make films of themselves working out.
No.
It's like step one. Can you teach them that, please?
Yeah, because we spend too much time actually working out and not so much time trying to, take pictures of it.
And now I gotta fix them all.
I was telling Mark he should just change like his Saturday format because it already is kind of experimental for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this week we're just gonna like, what does everyone want to work on? I've been there.
Shoulders
before.
or something.
Shoulder, like,
The problem when you do that is that it then becomes the same thing every other week. So like, and it's also those who speak the loudest are the ones that like you end up following, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what everyone is there for. And so like by splitting it up into being like, all right, this is performance, like we're just gonna go, like have the program set and this is what we're gonna do, and this is more like movement based and like just trying to make you not hurt when you're getting up. Like it allows people to pick kind of their path and they know what they're getting into versus just coming in on Saturday and being
But
like,
that's
what do you
kind of
wanna
what
do
Ian is
today?
saying. It's like Saturdays, because then it's a regularly programmed class, Saturday FixFit. That should be like the health class, right? Is that because then it's...
But he's right though. I get what he's saying. If he's like,
Well,
if
we
you're
can't
like,
rotate shoulder and then rotate knee, but it's just
Right.
overall like joint pain class.
Right.
right,
And
that
that's,
makes more sense.
Everyone's coming in fucked up, so therefore we're not trying to like max carry today. But
Right.
if you come to FixFit Performance, we're gonna kill you on the sled,
Right.
and so your muscles will fatigue till it's like end ranges, So that's kind of what we were talking about. Like, there's two different needs for FixFit. And then that's definitely like a big umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
But then like, yeah, if someone's got a specific injury that's so like you can't just jump into class,
Right.
then yeah, you should get assessed or whatever. And same thing with like someone so like if you're training just for a sub 2 run,
Mm-hmm.
like this general FixFit Performance might not be your best option.
Right.
Then you probably need some like coaching or something,
Right.
But those two categories covers pretty much everyone.
Right.
So something to think about. So it's not just FixFit jiu-jitsu, and that's why I kind of want to take away FixFit Jacked, because I'm realizing if I put a program up there, and I was working with a couple people recently, and then they've seen the workouts, they've done them, they said they've done them, and then when I assessed them and taught them how to do it, they weren't really doing it right.
Yeah.
So I'm going against everything that I fucking hate, which is programs don't do shit unless you're doing them right, or it applies to the movements you actually do. Well, so it drives me, I know it helps, but it also could hurt people that are going to be like, oh, I'm just ripping out these pec curls, and they're just shrugging the shit
That's
out
what
of
we
it.
were trying to get over in the application episode, was like,
Yeah, that episode was bad.
You're supposed to.
This time out, let's go back.
You're supposed to try the things that he's posting for
Right.
yourself, for intent of like
Right.
what your shoulder hurts, but like not go like, oh, well, I did Mark's like 1 week thing and it didn't work.
It's hard for people to have that mindset, right? Because they want to follow a program. They want to like plug and play. You
Right.
post this, I'm gonna do it. And then I work with someone at the gym that's been doing it, and then it's like, what the fuck, in my head, like, what the fuck have you been doing?
Right.
Because I even had it's like, you're doing something completely different from the intent, and then now your imbalances are worse. So I was like, I'm torn.
Yeah.
Because some people do need the resources to look at the video to be reminded, but those are the ones that have been coming to a fixed fit type of class.
Right.
So if you go to like a Sunday fixed fit performance class, at least I'm there to kind of call you out, or other people be like, dude, that's not fucking right. That rope pull, it's all in your trap, whatever. So.
Right.
And then there's also people that do the FixFit Jack to hopefully not have,
because there's not like a jump off point for them to like come in. For people that are just following your program on Instagram, there's not a point where they're going to come in, meet you. You're going to show them like, okay, this is what it should feel like when you're doing this movement. This is what it, and just give them like a general basis of like what it should feel like. People are just, in theory, I'm rolling my eyes, are in theory all over the world. Like logging into your Instagram, seeing what these pec pull downs are, and they're just shrugging up every time. And
So I don't know what the balance is for that yet. That's where I came up with like, okay, this, if I run 2 classes a week, the Saturday for the Fix Fit Quality of Life, Fix Fit Health, whatever you want to call it, and then Sunday would be Fix Fit Performance. And then
the problem with that though too is then you have to adhere to, like, the people that show up on Saturday can't
make Sunday.
Get in that class, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. 7 days a week, it's just too much.
Stop.
I was telling Mark that there was a shoulder press push-up one. You remember?
Yep.
A few weeks ago.
Yes.
And I did it at Choose on like a Sunday. See, I do go.
Can you post a video? Because whenever you respond, I just think he's being.
But he's gonna get the lunk alarm.
The what?
The lunk alarm.
That's Planet Fitness.
Oh, it's the same thing.
It's probably the same.
What's that?
You've never heard of the lunk alarm?
No.
So Planet Fitness literally has something called the lunk alarm. It's on the wall, and if you drop weights, if you grunt, the alarm will sound, and a worker will come up to you and tell you to stop.
Oh, Choose encourages. No grunting and stuff.
And look it up on YouTube. It's hilarious. It's a real
lunk
thing.
Alarm thing. Yeah.
It's just so funny. That's what DJ's referencing.
No, so I went and did that because I was like, Mark's Jacked by July stuff is kind of nice to do there.
Or people won't judge you.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I was like, should I record myself?
You should, because every time he posts something on the comments of
I know the people have trouble recording themselves, but Ian seems to be crushing it.
I just hate it in public, but I comment.
You comment, and I think you're commenting just to build like the visibility of the post, and you're doing that. But
no, I really did do it.
I still question. I'm like, did he even do this?
I have to Goddamn millennials.
No.
Can't just take my word for it.
It's not a millennial issue.
My numbers will show, all right?
It's a you issue.
We're not. Neither of us are millennials. Aren't we older than you? You're the millennial.
Yeah.
I'm probably the most mature one here, but whatever.
What?
The balding is...
Yeah,
is
that what you mean? Like,
we'll talk about your Pee Wee Herman haircut later.
First of all, my hair is growing out, and we're just going
What was that part
stuff.
down the middle?
That's the way it falls.
Yeah,
so you don't know because when my hair falls, it stays in, and when yours falls, it falls out. So you have to then quickly.
I don't have a part down the middle.
It. No, you have a part in the.
You made a part down the middle, and you wet it. Did you use gel to comb it?
No, that's pomade. Put a little pomade in.
It was terrible.
I might bring the pomp back.
How come you guys always wear hats yet you claim to have fucking good hair? It doesn't make any sense.
I get up so early every day.
Okay, I got up at 5 today.
Okay, I got up at 4.
All right.
And I actually worked today.
I've worked since 8 a.m.
What?
8 a.m. We've
Stop.
not left. We've left to grab food real quick.
You've been talking for 2 hours?
It's really hard.
So hard.
Yeah. Almost said a joke.
Almost
Said a joke that shouldn't go on there. No, I was doing the shoulder press push-ups 5 minutes later, and this guy next to me was doing an incline chest press.
Okay.
And he started doing push-ups too.
Did we just
And
become best friends?
I made eye contact with him for a second. Oh, and I did expressionless. But
Yeah.
in my head, I wanted it so bad to be like,
You're like,
"What are you doing, dude?
Yeah, bro.
What do you think you're doing?
This is
Trying to
my
get-
turf.
You want to know? You on that Jack by July? Did you
It's a
hashtag?
worldwide program.
It is.
Seriously, like right now. I
World-
was like, "Are you kidding me? You couldn't wait till I walked away from this to do it." He was right next to me. I was cracking up.
Bummer.
I
also
know. Wish
think-
I had you with me, Deej. You would have called him out.
Another benefit from the what is it? Fix with Jack? What are we calling it?
Jack by July.
Is
Jinx. no
that-
Zevia.
Yeah. So dumb. When you do CrossFit, your body doesn't really build aesthetically the way that you want, probably. Because I have so much, like, in the 10 years of CrossFit, it's been difficult to build muscle in certain areas. Like, I've always had tiny pecs, biceps, the whole deal. My outside quads in VMO have been huge the whole time. So that's what you get from the training, the adaptation, because we do so many. Like, if you listed it out, how many upper body movements compared to lower body movements you do in CrossFit? Thrusters, wall balls, cleans.
Hang on.
like,
Thrusters
squats.
and wall balls are also an upper body movement, though.
Not really.
You're pressing at the top. You're throwing a ball at the top.
When you thrust or push press, it's like 90% leg drive.
I've seen you do it. That's not what it looks like.
You think I have raw upper body strength to lift the barbell?
95
That's
pounds,
why, like,
I hope so.
that's why I can, like, push jerk, like, whatever, 2 something, and then it's like strict press.
155. But we're on the same team.
That's
there,
my
so
all-time high, though.
Yeah, that's
like,
me
usually
too.
135 is very difficult for me to strict press.
I would rather take it from the ground, too.
When I coach a push press, telling people how much leg drive it is, I was like, when I was lifting back then, I think my highest jerk was like 280 or 285 off of a rack. And then I was like, well, my strict press is like 120.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all leg drive. And everything we do in CrossFit's the legs. So the benefit of, like, people go to work out. Yes, it's about performance, and people don't. We try to portray, like, oh, don't focus on your looks or how you feel or whatever. But doing, like, this bulking phase that I'm on with the deadlift and the Jack by July, like, I'm gaining a lot more upper body muscle, which was my, like, internal intent a little bit. And that's I think a big benefit of not only injury prevention, but I'm actually getting, like, the aesthetic or looking, whatever it is, you know? There's something to that.
Yeah. Well, and for you, being able to put weight on and keep it on.
Not
has
just
been
my quads too, right?
No,
Like,
but it's been, like, you look, you're putting on weight in the nicest
What are you
way
try-
possible.
What are you trying to... Then,
I don't-
yeah, it's
I don't
people,
know.
anytime someone's like, man, you look bigger, and it's like, that's the nicest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Thickness with 3 C's.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
The formula is just to eat more. And I would say,
Oh, no shit.
I would also...
It took you fucking 10 years to figure that out.
to some degree, I really regret, like, the, being so blind following one thing. Because I look back where I was like, hey guys, I just did this, like, budget-friendly paleo kits. It was like boiled chicken and cubed it and like broccoli and carrots. But I made like 20 meals for the whole week. And it was like 30 cents a meal or whatever. But, like, looking back, I was lean and I can do, like, fast cardio conditioning workouts, like Cindy, Fran, whatever. But then I was like, fuck, if I was eating the right way, eating enough, like, I'm not trying to get to, like, bulk to deadlift 500 pounds back then, but how many of the workouts did I waste not eating enough? Just going strict paleo, and being afraid of rice or fruit or fucking everything.
Yeah.
Because it's only been almost 2 months, let's say, of what I've been doing, and I've gained so much muscle and weight overall, and that's always been a goal of mine, being a small athlete. So that does, like, I do look back and, like, fuck, how many, like, 7 years or 8 years of training, right? Like, where would my body be if I actually ate, like, enough rice and meat or whatever, you know? There's got to be a
Surprising you
balance.
didn't eat enough rice.
I don't know what that means.
So racist. God damn Damn it, dude.
What are you
Gotta
talking about?
delete this
I
episode.
have meatloaf and spaghetti every night.
We got a theme for the
Macaroni
episode.
and cheese.
Macaroni. I'm trying to think of the whitest
Corn.
food. What else? Corn?
Yeah.
I
Corn.
think we have a theme for this episode.
Is it your shirt?
Pride and Prejudice. That's what we'll title this one.
Isn't that a movie?
Yeah.
So,
It's a book, I think.
I just watched The Hate You Give. That's a.
Ooh,
Someone-
Sabrina told me that the book is super intense,
It's pretty real.
And the,
Yeah.
the movies.
and
even,
someone said the movie was.
I think Brett was talking
It's
about
on.
Oh, yeah.
It's on HBO. I was like,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Not
was
so
like-
good.
No, it's really good. But you're like, okay, I'm gonna be nice to about everybody going forward. It's pretty sad. But yeah. Well, at least we got Deej's rainbow shirt. He's in the theme for the month,
Yeah, bro.
Pride, or what is it? Pride Month, right?
Mm-hmm.
You to go? You ever been to Pride parade? Well, it doesn't make sense.
You should go to Brass Rail with
Pretty
us.
prejudice. You're over here, huh?
You should go to Brass Rail with
Yeah.
us.
Have you ever been to Brass Rail? Because Mark and I have.
I don't know what that means.
Oh man, he's so white.
Does it involve driving in downtown?
Yep.
Because then I have not done it. If it's south of CrossFit Sun, I probably.
I made Deej go downtown LA for the first time ever.
Oh my god! I almost
He's like,
got
I've never been here. This is terrible. I was like, yeah, no shit, dude. Like, you go to your event downtown, and then you leave.
Yeah.
But he was like, this is awful. And I'm
all
like, you've never
Andrea's
been
people.
here?
Yeah.
Andreaville.
Oh, is it? Yeah, yeah.
No, we were in Homelessville, dude. It was real bad. Parked in a sketchy area. But I was like, how have you never been to LA? Ever?
No need.
That was my sketchy. I was going to the Strong Fit seminar, the very, very first one they had. And
That's
then
in
I
Garden
got,
Grove?
Torrance.
Oh, Torrance, yeah.
So it's Torrance, and I was looking for Airbnb, and it was my first time ever doing Airbnb. And the pictures looked nice, and it was cheap. The reviews are kind of high, and it took me 20 minutes up north, and it was in an underpass in downtown LA.
Did you just cancel it, or did you stay?
I was so
I mean, he
scared.
stayed.
I stayed, and I was so afraid. And it was a
Slept
shared. It was a shared a thing where I
Oh,
walked
did you
in,
get-
and some dude. It was like, first of all, this house looked like a haunted
No.
house,
Yeah.
and there's like homeless people right like across the street,
Yeah.
and it was just it just
You didn't
scary.
read the reviews? No one reviews were like, this is under an underpass.
No, 'cause
That's
I
what
think
the
This
reviews
place
are
is
for.
haunted.
Yeah.
And so I got right when I opened the first was like a lockbox, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gave your key out, and then I opened it. And
Shared
then
unit,
a
too?
Dude was just sitting on the couch in the dark. And then there you walk into the back. There was like
God
4 or
damn it.
5
And then you
rooms.
turned on the light, and he wasn't really sitting there.
And then so there was 4 rooms, and they have bunks, right?
Yeah.
And then so I
Oh,
look
no.
at, like
Was it a hostel?
that's probably what it was. And then luckily I don't travel much. I don't go anywhere. This is the first
Obviously.
time being alone from Andrea, right? Like doing my own thing. I was
13
so
years.
I was so,
this is what
I was
happens.
so proud that I booked it myself. Like I knew how to go.
You got to search on Airbnb entire place.
I don't know
Not
how
shared.
to do things.
I'll show you next time. Jeez.
It's
I
never
know
gonna
movies-
This
happen.
is why you don't want to make a road trip to Smelly's gym.
I'm
You're like, I don't
scared.
want to go anywhere
Have you
outside
been,
of this.
Sacramento.
Yeah. You want to go? I'll get us an Airbnb.
What's that?
I'll take you.
Are we gonna fly there?
No, we go to
Road
this
trip.
underpass in LA. I'll show you my
No.
stomping grounds.
We could road trip. I'd
No.
rather fly,
Yeah.
but we'd have to stay there.
Does
overnight,
Sacramento
Mark.
have an airport?
Yeah.
I locked the
Jeez.
doors in that Airbnb.
Damn, are you from NorCal?
I'm from San Jose. I know San Jose has one. I
There's
know Oakland, has
There's
one.
Sacramento.
I don't know about Sacramento. It's too east.
From where you live, how close
Two-
are you to the super training gym?
Probably an hour.
Yeah. And then you'd have to stay in Sacramento. Like, it's
Yeah.
more than that, probably. From San Jose to Sacramento, that's 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's like here to LA.
Well, no, because I mean it's. Yeah.
So, do you follow Mark Bell?
I have seen some of his stuff.
He's been doing this since the beginning of time because he sells his products and T-shirts. But his gym, if you've seen some of the videos,
Super train.
super training, but his gym's free.
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah, that's why
everyone.
if we go up and go out like at a good day or time, like we can talk to them.
It's
and
such a
stuff.
cool business model. I've always told people that, like, whatever, if I could, the gym model would be like a free gym.
Just like that. It's amazing.
And I've been talking about that for years. I wanted to call it like
The thing is, it's free, right? But then we would drive there and fucking go buy gear, of course, when we're
Right.
there. And
well, that's why he's being like, you use it to like build following so that
Yeah.
they'll purchase stuff.
dude, he did
like
a free
t-shirts.
seminar, and it was like first 500 could come in or whatever, and like he let everybody in. It was a crazy amount of people out standing outside before it even opened.
That kind of brings it back to what we're trying to do with the comps that we're
That we're
throwing.
running.
And
Yeah,
it's like you came into CrossFit way late from where people think of CrossFit Games as CrossFit, right? And what we're trying to do is bring it back to, like, I call it the garage comps or community events, because back in the day you would have, like, you work out in a park or garage, and all you do is you would invite a buddy, a coworker, a cousin, or whatever, say, hey, come, what are you doing on, Thursday night at 6? Oh, nothing? Hey, come try this crazy workout. That was CrossFit.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad.
And then this is what we had a little briefing before our event, because no one usually people are typically like, okay, this is like the workout briefing, and this is the scaling modifications. And I told them back in the day, the only reason you'd invite your friends to a workout is because you want them to feel the pain that you felt in that workout. And that's how CrossFit started. That's what Greg Glassman's story was. They did this workout they created, which is now called Fran. They threw a ball over themselves. They went to the next door neighbor.
They're like, hey, you should try this.
Yeah, they came
It'll be a lot of fun.
And then he's like, they did it, and then he started throwing up, and that's like what CrossFit is about. As silly as it is, that's kind of like the model. It should be like, come in to work out with me.
And then we couldn't find anyone to work out with us after we said that.
That's kind of how CrossFit is. And then you have to start being like more business-like.
I think those free throwdowns are going to catch on, man. It's so fun for you guys. For you guys, because,
I hope so.
That's cool.
And what we would ultimately like to do is get people from around here, around San Diego, just come and do it with us. Mm-hmm. And we can do it at your gym next week or whatever.
Yeah,
once a month. Like, that part doesn't have to be at our
pick
gym.
Pick up basketball, dude.
Right. That's all we're trying to do. Like,
there was no fear of stealing members because there was no real affiliates back then. I can't say real affiliate, but most of it's the grassroots, right? Like, I want you to come work out at my garage for the sake of just wanting to have a good time and work out. It wasn't like, I think nowadays, like, oh, if you go to so-and-so, it's like, oh, you're trying to steal my member or something.
Right.
And I get that. Or it's like, you're not coming to my gym's event, which I'm trying to make an extra side hustle on. But to me, and where I started, there's none of that. Like, I want everyone to go to each other's gyms, understanding that it's not about, like, poaching members and it's not about winning either. That's a hard fucking thing for people to change their mindset.
Yeah. Even as we're running the event, and it's like, write your score on the board, and then in the back of my head, I'm like, even though it doesn't really matter, because...
But it's just
who cares?
That's why for me...
you showed up.
Yeah, but what happens is you write your score on the board, and then it's like, all right, I got first place in this one and 10th place in this one, and so averaging it, and you start doing that, Where, like, really the reason why it's nice to put it on the board, or the reason why we should be putting it on the board for these events is just to be like, okay, we finished with 200 reps, where was everybody else? And if everyone else is like 201, 199, whatever, we're like right in the same ballpark.
Everyone modified it perfect for their level.
Right. Or if we're like, okay, we got 200, where's everyone else at? And everyone else is like, oh, we did 600. We're like, well, something happened.
That's so true, because our first event, right after we did it, because we had 11 teams at 3, and then all we could think about, it wasn't who won or how much weight we lifted or how many rounds. It was like, shoot, we should have added 30 seconds per interval per round. It just like, we're trying to make the workouts more fun. Like, better workouts each time. That's the only goal.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, oh, you only lifted X pounds, or I only, like, it's crazy how far it's come from the grassroots. But I get it, being a gym owner with DJ. DJ's gym, and then that there is you can't just kill people DJ's anymore. Gym. It's sad that you can't kill people anymore and expect them to stay.
Yeah,
times are changing, man.
It's really sad. It's like then we lose people that are like soft, like
I don't
Ian.
know that he was ever really in.
Because
can you imagine if Ian came in and we smashed him?
Well, I was part of the original Sunday crew, right?
There's evidence. But that's FixFit though.
Well, yeah, I'm a FixFitter.
No. Ian came to one happy hour and I crushed him. He came to two happy hours. One I crushed him and it took him 3 days to finish the workout. The other one I lied to him in the middle of the workout and he hasn't been back since then.
There's a common denominator here that I was screwed with every single time I came. When you walk in,
can't fuck with your friends during a
when
workout.
You walk into a happy hour and you hear, "Oh no, he's here! Here we go! Here we go!" I'm like, "Fuck!
What people don't
I have
understand,
stuff to do later."
With our happy hour classes, it's not a coach class. It's just like old school CrossFit. You try new things. But what people understand
that is fun though. I'm not gonna lie. Those happy hours are fun.
Yeah.
With that mentality
happy
of
hour
like,
I think luckily Dang's taken over that role. But like before, happy hour was 10 times worse when DJ and I were together. because we're pushing each other to death.
Because it's like, well, it's like you can't, you can't thruster heavy, so let's go 135.
And then you can't fucking do 20 kipping pull-ups. Let's add that in there.
Cool. So we're just gonna go for 10 rounds, 10 thrusters, 10 kipping pull-ups. Here we go.
And everyone else is just dying
along for the ride.
So now it's like DJ can, whenever you program something for yourself, right, without someone there pushing you, then it's usually biased to some degree because you're like, ooh, I'm not gonna go 20 cals on the row every minute. That's not my jam. But when you have two people, like Rich Froning saying he would rather have a good training partner than a good coach, it's just that because on a daily, when we worked out together, it's like we're always finding the right amount where they'll agree to it. Like I was like, DJ won't say yes to 15 toes to bar, but I'll do like 11 or some shit, knowing that will fucking wreck him. Yeah. And he's gonna do the same, and that's how you get better. And so many people that are trying to train for competition, we keep talking about you have to. The best way to get fit at CrossFit is just this: you go and work out with buddies that will call you your bullshit. That you don't have to just make excuses, follow like whatever program, and then that's how you get better.
Would you say, let's just put a bow on this, would you say that it's the same thing with FixFit then? Because it's not just, I don't know, following a program that someone's posting, but actually being there and not only making sure that you're doing it right, but like, let's say you're pushing a sled and you post a video and you're only pushing, I don't know, 3 plates, and people are like, oh, Ian, push 3 plates. I mean, we don't have to put names on it, but then you go around a crew.
I did RX.
No, you did.
It said 5 plates.
I did like 11 plates. It said 5 and you did 3. But like wrapping it up.
I like where this is going.
It was 5 and I did 6.
And you did 3.
No, I did 6.
No, because Dang and Aaron did more than you that day.
Because they went to happy hour. They're idiots.
So But that's the point, right? Like you're following a program that's written on a board and you do 5 plates. Meanwhile, there's a girl who weighs a third of what you weigh and she's doing more plates than you.
So CrossFit has gotten a bad rep.
This is one example that
I can't argue is true.
I did what was prescribed on the board.
Yeah, just following the program, bro.
CrossFit gets a bad rep, right? For people that push past their limits, get hurt, and whatnot.
They push past their limits.
But
I didn't.
Limit.
But it's always the extremes, right? People are like, long distance running's bad. Fuck it. Now everyone's like doing CrossFit endurance. It's like you need to learn how to push through that pain to some degree, and we learned that because that's all we knew back then. Yes, it was too much. Like if you're a brand new CrossFitter and you just go for broke every single workout and you fuck yourself up.
Right.
But now what we realize is like just people are soft. They feel a little pain, or they're like, oh, you should probably, like, you're strong in that movement, add a couple plates. It's like, no, I can't. And it's like, what the fuck you want? I want people to understand that you still have to have your own kind of governor to some degree, but also you're always trying to push the limits. Because if you don't, then you're going to be complacent. There's none of that oh shit moment, that we talk about. Or you have to want it. Because it's like we can't control Ian to be like, no, you should know that you're going too late.
Well,
what the
you should know. It's just a general example.
But the problem that I have too is though
that was very specific for a general.
I take that kind of stuff way too personally. So as a coach, when I see Ian doing it, I'm on the other end where I'm like, I can't, like, I don't want to invest time in someone that isn't going to have a little bit of faith in themselves and push themselves.
You're like the tough dad or something, right? In parenting. And I'm like the same way where I'm the mom or whatever, that I want you to push it, but still like have some limits, right? Mm-hmm. It's like a rhyme and a reason.
Well, and that's fine. Like find a limit, whatever. Like,
but you still have to push it on both parties.
You still need to do.
And I did the most in that class. Yeah. In context. I did the most in that class. Everybody was there was guys doing 3.
See, he's the new CrossFitter, the new breed.
I didn't baby it on purpose. It's not like I put on 6 and I was like, no. I went up to that because people were at 3.
I'm going to use a basketball reference because I love basketball. And back in the day, when you watch old playoff videos, like you see Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley, they're like punching each other, and no one's getting ejected. Now everyone's flopping.
They're getting texts.
And then that's you're LeBron James. You're flopping.
I mean, he's not that great.
Okay,
but I understand what you're saying.
I thought it was a hairline joke.
But there is some truth to the evolution of what CrossFit training is. Again, you have to find. That's what we're finding.
But I was doing what I was like. contextual of the class,
Oh,
not like.
But
I gotta put on more plates because Deej might see this later.
No. It's not for the comp, but you should know that like you should probably go plate too heavy.
you should move. You can move 6. You should move weight, whether it's a bar or it's on a sled,
or your
and if you have no problem moving it 3 feet, go. Okay, I probably should go up because you know what that feels like.
Right, but that's just not how that night went. Like,
he's justifying.
my partners were doing. I'm not gonna
But I
call
don't
anybody
give a
out.
shit
We're doing
about your
3,
partners.
and I was like, well, I might as well put on. He's like 5 is our X 5. You're maybe 6.
There's in our gym. If you showed up, you would know RX is the ideal.
RX is
an ideal
by
stimulus.
PM though.
That's a recommendation to where
Yeah.
you should be.
But by PM also though, it's like PM's gonna do their own modified version.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like they really effed that up earlier. Even as something like what was it, the snatch the other day, where it was like the deadlifts. It was supposed to be like 4 every.
It was 5 every minute for 10 minutes.
Right, and then by the time I get there, they're like, well, people were going heavier and going like 3s and singles.
Well, that's because it was 20 minutes, so the first 10 minutes should have been 5
Right.
as a warm-up, and then the last 5 minutes should have been singles.
That's not how it was told. Though. Like, it's more like, well, everybody was dying by the time they got heavier, so they went doubles, triples,
So
singles.
You're gonna go on air and say that, so when I talk to whoever ran that class, that's what they're gonna tell me?
No, that's
That's what you're saying right now?
that's not what I'm saying.
I know
I'm not saying it didn't go. Mark didn't go like, look at the board. It says it says 5. It just says it says EMOM deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think
This
you
is
said
the
it was supposed to
perfect
be 5.
example. So, like, what do you think you need to do, not compared to everybody else?
You're not
I
there
think
for
I needed to
everybody
start
else.
at 5s, and then when it got heavier, drop to 3s, and then by the
Perfect.
end, singles.
Great. Then
But, like,
how
if I
did this-
wanted to
But
do
wait,
if
but what did you do?
I
Started
did-
at singles and used straps the whole time.
No, it's not even fucking true. See, this is all he reads.
High five
Up top.
again.
This is what he thinks happens, but
Up
it's
top.
like, no,
No.
that's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
But if the workout said, no, guys, like Mark will emphasize, like it says 5 reps every minute for 20 minutes, like pick an ideal weight, and we're working on linking these, then I would work on linking 5 reps, all 20 at a reasonable weight.
This is what DJ and I are talking about, is that we want people to take the initiative to want to push themselves. And I'm not talking about anyone specific. Just broad general advice for all CrossFitters. People wearing a white shirt and power shirt.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, me. But we can't expect to go to each person to help them select their weights, because we want them to, like, I want you to test your limits to be like, okay, this is kind of safe. This is kind of safe. This is kind of safe. So
Well,
Right,
I'm good going around in the middle of a workout and adding 5s to a bar or 10s on a bar for someone who's like, who needs it or whatever. Because that's also, like a little bit of what I feel people expect when they come to my class, is that I'm going to do stuff like that.
Push it,
and that's
yeah.
fine. Like, I can do that. But I shouldn't, from the beginning, have to be pulling teeth in order to get you to start with 45s on the bar. Like,
Right.
okay.
I can see that's where your frustration comes in for
Yeah.
sure.
That's the
'Cause it's
reason
like, I can't do that for you every freaking
That's
day.
the reason why I modify things, is because I want to encourage the stimulus. So, like, ghost workout, like, people don't understand. They talk shit about my fitness all the time because I'm training for different goals, but
Who's
I
people?
still...
Because he's
I mean, that's just the thing, is like, PM doesn't work out, Mark's not fit, whatever, but I still do these workouts.
PM strong as fuck though.
Not really. Strongest lifter of the box is coming in at AM.
When's the last time you deadlifted without your back hurting?
I mean, I back squatted 400 pounds last week.
That's pretty good.
4 or 5.
I don't know, hitting
Not
That's one out of the
Hit-
3 lifts
hitting
you need.
body weight's pretty good.
Please. I'm so tiny. What are you talking about?
Going
I
back,
look thinner than you. Why don't you calm down?
He might look thinner. He looks at the camera.
That's why I'm sitting furthest away from the camera.
going
That's why I'm
back to my
closest.
point, for Ghost, the warm-up had, like, whatever, 3 rounds of this, his partners, and all that. Like, I was like, all right, let's just do 2 rounds of this, and then we could get warmed up. But the goal is to not sandbag the row as hard as you can. And then the people that showed up did it. Like, Robin, she was like, I've never rode that much, and it really hurt my double unders. I was like, good, because I'm modifying for the stimulus to get people to where they need to be.
Right.
So we can only, like, educate that so much, but we expect people to get there. We want them to get there, and it's not like this day and age. Like we said, it's like the new NBA. It's just not common. People are afraid of the pain. They want what's comfortable. So they'll find what's comfortable. Then they'll stick to that modification. And then they might get more reps at that modification. But it's like, dude, you're not getting better, and you're not going to get the results you're looking for, whether it's aesthetics or health or performance, all of the above. But now tying into the FixFit thing, yes, the traditional way of like just saying going more, adding more plates to your sled, or doing more kipping pull-ups may fuck your shoulders up. So luckily now we have a backup options. Like if something's not feeling okay, so you can't do a bunch of like snatches fast, then you can do a lot of FixFit movements to get that same burn, but you still have to push it. So don't just go to like a floor press with a fucking 10-pound wall ball and then do. It's like you can elevate that floor press, and that's what we've been doing for FixFit Jack. Like I couldn't push the 150 sandbag. And now Bob and I are repping out 15s, 3 sets of 15s. It's like you still need to want to push it.
There was some workout you guys were doing together, and it was bench or push-ups or something. Yeah. And you guys modified it in my class. Like I was running a night class, and you modified it in my class to floor presses. Yeah. And Bob started with the 100-pound ball, and I was like, oh no, I need that. So I took it and gave him the 150, and I'm like, have fun, guys. You go bananas.
And it's good that you did that, but since I was working out with Bob, it would have happened either way.
I mean, yeah, Bob would get there.
But it's like you want to have to. I'm still trying to talk about Ian right now. Don't bring it to me.
Sorry, I'm just punching bag this episode. It's okay.
They call that a heavy bag in the boxing world.
That's not nice.
That's what the boxing bags are called.
I don't know anything about that.
But it's called a heavy bag.
I don't go on Sundays for that reason.
So now that you know Sundays are for performance, will you show up?
Who?
You.
Oh, I was like, Ian's not showing up. He works 7 days in a row.
He works out at Choose Fitness once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Or I can modify the stimulus. Get that blunt light or whatever you talked about.
What?
Whatever
the
light.
lunk alarm.
Lunk alarm.
Blunt light?
What just happened?
That's not happening there.
It's been a long day, dude. It's a long day of work here.
Lunk alarm.
Lunk alarm.
I don't know
what that stands for.
If it's not at 3, I might show up.
We were trying to find a time. I wanted to do it at 8 a.m. so I could still go home, shower, go to church. Yeah. And then and for some reason it just didn't work out for people, and more people can show up at 3. And it's proven because now we're having 10 to 15 people every Sunday. Yep. So I'm like, well, it is what it is. Maybe you can run a Sunday morning session.
Yeah. But then what happens is I run it in the morning by myself, and it becomes
thrusters double under, clean and jerk snatches.
It's no longer FixFit. Like, yeah, we used to
we got that Saturday evening thing we're doing. We could have Deej come back for that. But then again, you're there Saturday morning, go home, come back.
Yeah, but I am dedicated to my craft, so I will show up no matter when.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
He just said he'll be there Saturday 23rd. Can't remember. We're going to record like a FixFit thing, workout.
Why?
I don't know. Mark's idea.
Just direct a video?
Directing videos.
You're going to make a VHS and put it out there?
29th.
What's that? Of this month?
Yeah.
I feel like I have something going on.
Yeah, well, here we go.
Saturday?
I'm not surprised.
So
I'll be there because I'm dedicated to my craft.
You're what?
Stop.
We need you there, actually.
Bring
some personality on the videos. Can you please come? We'll reschedule the Sunday.
I think that's going to be the hardest transition of what we talked about. Seriously, it's like, I don't, like, for you, it's a prime example, and DJ, it's like the opposite. It's like one guy pushes way too hard, and super serious CrossFitter guy that will, like, hurt himself and not think about what the intent is and all that. And you're like the opposite, where you're like modify for the stimulus, which is a cop out to like not go heavy, and go hard.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, this is real though.
But you're using words that you use words that you've heard before. You're like, oh yeah, I'm modifying for the stimulus. Like you don't even know what that means.
And a lot of people in our gym do that too, right? People are like, oh, I have to.
People are like, oh, my CNS is fried.
And
like,
I had
to. What did you do that your CNS is fried?
And I'm at fault for. I'm at fault for a lot of the FixFit stuff, and it's a growing pains thing, right? Because people are now afraid to move, and this is why one of the reasons why I started the 500-pound deadlift goal, because it's extreme and it takes what Robin helped me. It's like commitment, right? And it also you have to learn to push yourself, because I'm not just okay with doing FixFit squats and deadlifts, so to speak, at like 225, 315.
So FixFit needs to meet happy hour.
It's like it needs to be.
But
It needs to have like a love child, a FixFit Happy Hour love child.
Yeah.
Because it's like the past, right? You
The
have
dawn
to.
has begun.
You have
for
to
this.
push it like the mindset. You're training the mindset. You have to have that. You want to get better mindset all the time, but the FixFit knowledge and you kind of sprinkle that in there, so it's not just chaos, right? So I found a good meld right before I had a kid, and because I came in, DJ will attest, even though FixFit,
Probably not.
the program is random, so we make up the workouts as we go, and DJ was doing that, and right when
That's
I come
happy hour
in,
style.
I would grab the pec stick and I would do my old man, I called it the old man routine.
Yes.
So I'm doing my FixFit to enhance my whatever workout he puts in there. So it could be something ridiculous like 100 cleans and 1,000 meter
It was cleans and rope climbs was like one of the first ones you did.
Exactly, but the thing is, it's like that should be the meld, right? And that's what we're integrating in our classes, where the FixFit Jack I'm taking away, because we're essentially putting it as a finisher, and everyone's has
Rather
to do
than
it.
just the workout.
Yeah, so I think it's going to keep evolving, but our program is getting more efficient, where you get the best of both worlds. So you're going to get the FixFit stuff at the end for recovery and the muscle and the pump and all that fun stuff, but then we're not losing the CrossFit essence of like during the WOD we want you to
Still
find a 3-minute or less grace. You could clean and jerk, slam ball, whatever, right? Like find the way to get there. Don't do a fucking 13-minute grace and think you're doing CrossFit. It's not.
Also, don't do a 30-second grace and think that you're doing it.
Yeah, right? Or something like I'm modifying everything, I got a 2-minute grace. And It's like, well, okay, hopefully next time, instead of just doing ring rows, try to do, like, you have to keep wanting to get better. So
that's the thing. You gotta want.
So how can we get you to want it?
Yeah.
I want to lift 185 right now. That's what I want. One thing
Well,
at a time.
there's too much bitch in your heart for that to happen.
Whoa, dude. It's not what we brought you on for.
I think this episode went well.
This is what he thinks went well. Chaos.
That's why I'm so stoked for the lift off on 4th of July. I missed it last year. I was on vacation.
Do you think you could get DJ in any lifts?
And that's
Press.
deadlift.
100, not deadlift. Calm down.
You know what it'd be
Without your back hurting? Without switch grip?
I could do.
What can you bet?
I'm gonna.
Call it out, bitch.
I'm gonna stop right there.
Don't.
No, I was gonna. I
Don't
wanted
back
us,
up now.
I wanted us to end with what numbers you're gonna do.
For what?
Everyone say their number that they want to do for 4th of
For
July.
a snatch? Well, I would like to be able to PR every lift.
On 4th of July.
Fuck yeah.
All
go
5.
For it.
See, that's the extreme, right? Like
Yeah.
CrossFitters.
And
when
me,
you
I'm
started,
like, strict press and maybe
it's like,
dead.
and then you start that you need some of that because that's the belief that he can PR all
Right.
5 lifts.
And then I'm thinking I was gonna say 2 out of the 5.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Either snatch or clean and jerk will hopefully be a PR. One of those two.
But I like that you're going for both.
But I'll go for both.
And then?
And then I will back squat. I think 415 or 410 is the most I've done. So I've hit 405 recently, and I hit,
So let's start from the
395.
beginning. So let's go body weight first, just because it's nice to compare.
I'd say like 220,
Okay, so your snatch is at currently
265.
and so anything above 265.
I'm going to go for
What
275.
about clean and jerk?
Clean and jerk is 325.
325. So anything above that's a win. Back squat PR is 405.
Yeah, it's got to be 405, 410, something like. It's not much higher than that.
So strict press.
Is 155.
We strict press the same.
Yeah, we do.
That's a problem.
That's.
But what's your bench press?
235.
275.
Yeah, I told you I have a hard time growing my pecs until now. They just started growing, so give me time. And then it's not about me right now. It's about you and your strict press, and then your deadlift max.
I've hit 455 several times in the middle of a workout, unplanned.
Okay, so what about your
And there's
numbers?
the switch grips.
Definitely, probably.
With switch grip for sure. The first time was with sumo. The first time I hit it 3 times with the sumo, and then the second time I did it was conventional, but it was still switch grip.
We'll see.
Are you even doing all the lifts? So
I think I'm just
going
gonna do the 3 power lifts. I don't know if I'm gonna snatch and
Oh,
clean
sorry,
and jerk.
back squat press.
If we're going in order, are we gonna have to go in order?
Yeah.
What is it starting with? Back
Snatch.
squat.
Snatch, clean and jerk, back squat.
But
Press.
you don't really squat past parallels, so does it really even count?
I don't know if I want to start off with snatching.
That's why I didn't pick a back squat as a goal, because like we talk about it, like unless you're a power lifter, you don't have, even in our gym, right? Just squat till the the tension, so the muscle's staying on. So then it's not realistic for us to go for a back squat PR. It's like more impressive to do a deadlift PR and then maybe a certain lift, like a clean and jerk or snatch. Because there's so much, even in the powerlifting world, Maddie Fortberg, one of they represented the USA in the Worlds, but she was saying she got red lighted and she was going, it's like so much of that bullshit that I don't like.
I like parallel. It's for power, below parallel.
How come you're so weak?
My back squat was 365.
So was mine.
The last CrossFit total.
He was kind of high though.
When you didn't do it, I got you. You put 365 and shrugged it.
It was pretty low. Shrugged.
My deadlift will be conventional, not switch grip.
You're going to use a hook grip like Papa taught you?
Yep, just like Daddy taught, at 405, and then I will go for 425, I think. If I hit 405, it's clean. Too. And then
I was going to say, I don't think I'm going to be anywhere near.
Wait, how much do you guys weigh compared to each other?
I am 235.
So you're heavier by 10 pounds? 20 pounds?
He doesn't look it. I think he's lighter than he thinks. Or it's all in his legs.
I think he's heavier than he thinks. What the fuck are you talking about?
His waist is so tiny. It's kind of girly.
He's never heard that in his life.
He's so light. He runs half marathons.
It's true.
What's your press PR?
175.
I will not be
I have not.
That's really low for you.
I know.
What's your bench PR?
3?
No. Yeah, 305.
God damn, that's a lot of weight.
I think. Yeah, I think I hit 305
I think I'm secretly training for the bench. I just don't want people to know it.
I've done. You're not going to deadlift. I'm going to PR your deadlift, but you'll PR your bench.
But my snatch is like 175.
Cool.
Never hit 185.
That's cute.
Right? And then clean and jerks.
Which is still more than I can press.
My clean and jerk's 225.
Cool.
But I never trained those, man. Never.
You never train?
Never train, period. Yeah.
Oh.
Choo-choo.
Only do snatch when it's like an EMOM thing, and it's like, I don't know.
Would you, so we had a discussion about that, because I've taken FixFit Sprinkle and gone to the powerlifting route, right? With a main emphasis on deadlift. But would you be interested getting better at Olympic lifting with FixFit? Because we were talking about programming.
Totally. Yeah. Definitely.
No.
Because
I think people would.
If you listen to my FixFit application episode, Deej, I was saying that I used it, like just FixFit on.
I think people, because we've done.
But the issue that we run into when we do things like that is that people aren't. I said that pointing to Ian. People aren't committed enough to dedicate themselves to a program where they're lifting that many times.
It's hard to get in for.
That is lifting. The same thing as the whole what I was saying. People are soft or whatever now. Is that like. People also don't want to spend hours practicing shit these days. Like back in our days in CrossFit, I know I sound old as shit or whatever with that, but that was like the way we got better, and DJ says it all the time in his weightlifting class and when we run WOD Shop, we spent hours practicing the snatch and the clean and jerk.
But think about after hours, it's easy to do shoulder presses, bench on your own, incline press, that all relate over to an overhead press.
Okay.
It's easy to do.
So would you follow an Olympic lifting protocol?
Yeah, but then when are you going to get time with bumpers to practice that?
I mean, you'd have to stay after class, go to the CrossFit gym.
Right. That's hard to do.
But then let's just say people at our gym, CrossFit Sun or whatever.
Not or whatever.
Okay, CrossFit Sun members, you have access to. Yeah, what is it again? I'm getting real old.
CrossFit DJ.
So you go to the gym, would you spend an hour just doing Olympic lifting after your class?
No.
See, what the fuck? Don't you want to get better at it?
You're fried after.
See, that's the difference. I guess you're right. People don't.
I mean,
they want a program.
They want to get better.
Yeah.
But what they want is it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you want to do that day.
And we can't change. We have too many members that aren't interested in getting better at lifting to make that happen. Additionally, running, which I feel like we used to run like barbell specific classes at the same time.
Yeah.
Like maybe Wednesdays and Saturdays we ran it, which was 2 times a week, which is better than once. But like even coming in 1 time a week, like you're not getting enough time doing drills and stuff to make yourself really get better at it.
Yeah.
Because we take time to do floor press, bench press.
That's why I don't understand.
That's fine.
I don't understand why people don't like to practice.
Because there's no time to go snatch balance.
But it's not that there's no time. It's that you have to willing. What is that book that Mark Manson, he wrote something, the title had a fuck in it, and it's an orange cover. You read it.
longer.
So if you remember that book, it's he's saying one thing. It's like when you're goal setting, it's not like what you want; it's what you're willing to sacrifice.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's like you want this promotion to be in the cubicle or to be in this like nice corner office with a view. Like, do you really want that? Of course you want it, but are you willing to sacrifice? Like 60 to 80 hour weeks, not being home with the family, you have to take like, meetings and calls you don't want to. And that's what he was saying. It's like, that's the problem. It's like, do you want to get better at Olympic weightlifting? When we ask everyone, they're like, yeah. And then when you say, like, do you want to do the work?
Well, that's the thing is, like, if I can't make it to the gym, though, and you go home and do your own incline dumbbell press, you're still getting a press. I'm not going to go, like, go to choose 2 dumbbell snatches, and that's going to help me snatch.
But even if you were working at, it sounds ridiculous, but even if you were working at home with a broomstick and you were working on your overhead position,
that's what I'm saying. If you found more exercises like that, people could still do them.
Well, the issue is that you can find them yourself if you care.
Right. Because you could very easily do the programming with a stick in your hand. Without a stick, you could do it with air and just practice dropping under. Because that's, yeah.
It's just like a driving range. Like, if you're going to go to a driving range to practice your golf swing.
People don't like practicing more. I remember when I wanted to get better at Olympic lifting.
What does that mean? Mm-hmm. People go to a driving range.
Like, if people are like, I never can make it to the driving range to get better at my golf swing.
Oh, I can only go and play.
Like, if I go to the driving range once a month, but my golf game's not getting better. This is the same thing as, like,
yes,
I practice my snatch balance,
but are they still
once a month, I'm not getting better at my snatch.
Right.
Versus with the FixFit stuff for deadlift, I could do that almost every day with a piston body weight.
But that's where we're transitioning, where FixFit's not a thing. You shouldn't just do FixFit stuff. It's like once you do your pec stuff,
but there's none of that.
You gotta go into
Olympic
lifting or gymnastic movements. Like, are you practicing your front, like levers, or
are you practicing trying to be inverted so you can do handstands?
No.
Are you doing not down? Is it downward dog?
Yeah, with
where you're just there, or you just even holding, being upside down, or doing wall walks or something, right?
Because I don't care.
But that's what happens is, like, people want to do it, and it's like, okay, here are these things you could do,
right?
And it's like, well,
I got to go inverted a lot. Yeah, I get what that means. But if you found things that are like, maybe it is a dumbbell snatch.
Well, that's what the argument is, that I believe that people, like, if you make it more accessible, like what you're talking about. Yes, you're catering to the new generation or whatever, the millennials and stuff. But I believe people are, like, searching to accomplish something, so they would follow a program. I'm torn, right? I see what you're saying. Like, if I made something where it's like, okay, you're gonna get better at snatching. If I give you these drills,
people are doing piston squats right now.
Absolutely,
right? But they not doing piston snatch balance? I don't know. Like, you guys got to come up with that for the next step, I guess. Because it's like there's no Olympic specific drills really.
Yeah.
Press for sure, on the jerk I mean, but for snatch balance, clean.
We won't know until we try.
But it's even even the work that needs to be put in. Like, I don't know that people
would. Even like this Jack by July thing. It's like 10 minutes after class.
We have to be programming it into class to make sure that more people are doing it.
That's true.
We believe, like, I fully believe in this FixFit stuff because it's helped me. Like, it is helping me PR, and so it's.
Here's another test, right? I posted on our page, and like I said, my month and 4 day success, where I went from 375 to regain all my strength on my deadlift, 375, and then a month and 4 days of training, FixFit jacked and eating a lot, I was at 455. And then I posted that video saying, like, hey, we have the comp, right, that we've been referencing, the bar stars and stripes. Like, who wants extra programming to get there? 3 people messaged me, and you put following. Whatever that means.
Idiot.
I'm in.
And so, like,
of course I want it.
I'm just, like, racking my brain around.
Look at the hat.
Like, everyone's gonna do this lifting comp, and yet they don't want to do anything extra. Like, for me, I'm only, like, I joke around about it in the open when DJ and I always compete. I'm only fit for those 5 workouts. But
it's not a joke.
It's real, but, like, I come from that mindset. If you're gonna do something, wouldn't you want to train for it? I think everyone's rolling in, like, I hope, like you said, I hope to PR all these things.
I just think it's easier. I said it last week, or our episode on application of FixFit. It's easier to PR those power lifts based off of the FixFit movements we have.
And because
get your pecs to fire. Oh, now I got to strict press with my pecs.
Yeah, because there's no
PR.
There's no technique component.
There's no technique to that.
Like
besides fire this push, right? Versus all the way, snatching it over your head, keeping your pec on. Like, we don't have a drill for that.
But that's because it's pec on Okay, now it's not
Now
back
it's mid-
on. Okay, now pec is on. As I'm
now
sticking
mid-trap.
out, and it's
That's
So
where,
here's a good example. We want people to fire their serratus, and we have them pull a band, and they can't get it, right? Mark tells them to hinge just to get it to start activating. Oh, okay, now I can kind of get it. As soon as we have them start taking it overhead, we can't get anybody to get that thing to fire. So it's like that's the overhead position for a snatch that everyone's losing their foundation.
But that
when they go
doesn't
over.
mean you can't practice the snatch even though it's not perfect, right? And that's what that's where the extreme is, right? I can't snatch anymore. And you're afraid to. It's
And we hear that a lot, yeah.
We all snatch and we've all, like, whatever. You're going to have bumps and bruises, but that's part of, like, me starting jiu-jitsu. I have bumps and bruises because of it, but I can't just be like, oh my gosh. So that's where people are losing that, like, they're getting afraid of living.
Stop crying, bro.
Stop crying.
All right, well,
that was productive. Talking shit about Ian's fitness all the time. Good thing.
this is a good time to be a punching bag.
Was that an hour episode or how long was that?
That was an hour and a half.
Yeah. You owe a ton of bike cows at this point.
And burpees.
Do we tack onto it?
No.
Why do we even say it should go an hour when it's never been done?
I thought DJ would be adamant to get out of here by 5.
I mean, I listened to your podcast for about an hour.
Yeah, we're
total.
not going to get a good retention on this one.
All right, well,
Especially
that
with
was
Deej.
fun. Time to go
That was
lift.
fun. Thanks, Deej. We're going to go lift weights now to my own
Oh, you
stimulus.
guys are late.